When I graduated in 2007, I thought I was going to be a scientist. I studied molecular biology, ended up enjoying my time at an internship at a hedge fund a lot more than that. So I did that for 7 years. 3 of those years I spent in law school at the same time. But then when I finished law school, I had, I think felt like my learning curve had flattened from being a pure capital allocator. So I stepped down and founded a new kind of biotech company that I could, actually, you guys might be more interested in it than most of my political audiences. But the basic premise was give scientists skin in the game in the projects they actually work on. So if you're at GSK or at Pfizer or whatever, Merck, you discover a drug or you develop it, you don't have personal upside in the individual drug that you develop. You do have various forms of asymmetric downside. And so people don't take risks unless they're the same risks that the other pharma companies are taking, because if you take the same risk and fail, but everybody else is failing in a therapeutic category at the same time, you're safe. But if you take a risk that other people aren't willing to take and you fail, then you experience budget cuts, maybe job security risks, social embarrassment, which is a big factor in big pharma as well, which in turn created an opportunity that I took advantage of, which was that there were systematically categories of drugs that went undeveloped, even after big pharma had for a long time spent a lot of money developing those drugs up to a certain point. So I built a business called Roivant, basically in-licensed some of those drugs in their early stages of development, phase 1 or phase 2, often for pennies on the dollar relative to what had gone into them. Often we would have scientists or drug developers who were passionate about that very project inside the companies who would come with those drugs because they wanted to develop them, but the big pharma company said that they weren't in that area anymore. And we built a pipeline of such drugs. The whole plan was some of them would work, some of them wouldn't. The successes would make up for the failures. And it's now a $10 billion public company. And it returned, unlike many private companies, returned $1 billion plus to shareholders before going public.